Good morning. September 7th, 2020, Labor Day here in Canada. Welcome to the 6th edition of Electromagnetic Radiation News. There's several issues. I've talked several times about the amount of energy that the IT industry is using. It's quite a concern that how much energy they're using. There's predictions that will outstrip the available supply in a few years' time. I think that may be a little on the pessimistic side, but it is a matter of concern. And the wireless industry is probably one of the biggest users of it. We don't think of it, we think, oh, we plug our cell phone into one of these things and uses very little energy. But when you think of the number, not just of the cell phones, how many of these units do you have plugged in throughout your house? How many of these units are plugged in along the street throughout the country? It's a tremendous number, and what many people don't realize is that with these are called switch mode power supplies, there is another more efficient way to use supply the power to charge these batteries, but these are cheap. So there's many of them that when they are plugged in but not charging anything, they're still drawing energy, a tremendous amount of energy when you start looking at the number that are plugged in. I mean, we all are bad for it that we don't unplug these when we should. They do consume energy when they're not being used. They waste energy. Yes, maybe the cost for each individual is small, but as they say, added up across the country, worldwide, it's a tremendous amount. It always amazes me that various environmentalists don't seem particularly concerned about that, nor are they concerned about the amount of electrical energy the wireless industry is using. And as you notice in the background, I have a concern in particular about 5G. That 5G, because of its larger, it has more base stations to make the mesh network, will be using a tremendous amount more energy. That this is an estimate from one of our favorite Chinese companies, Wahoo, or however you pronounce it, 3.5 times more energy than 4G infrastructure. And 4G infrastructure was not particularly energy efficient. But this article goes on to point out that a branch of the Chinese telecom industry is shutting down 5G base stations between 9 p.m. and 9 a.m. to reduce electrical costs. This is going to become more and more of a problem as more and more 5G networks are implemented and grow and expand. And it's time we started being concerned about all the electrical energy the IT industry in general and wireless in particular is using. Have you ever thought about how much is being used? It's a frightening amount, and we do have to get our act together and stop wasting and using so much that in time it will be a serious environmental problem if it's not already a serious environmental problem. Next time you plug in one of these units, think about it. Think how much energy you and everyone else is using. And much of it is totally wasted energy, going nowhere, but that energy has to do something. And ultimately, whether it's the microwave radiation, heating water vapor and contributing to global warming, or whether it's just the general heat, I can't help but think it's a much bigger impact on climate change than anyone is willing to talk about. It's time we had a serious thought about our electrical energy use.